Stop it. Get some help.
Stop the cap.
It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. It's embarrassing.
Stop the cap. Emotional damage.
It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace.
Stop it. Get some help.
It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
So, here we are back again. Make sure my mic's turned up. Got a match preview coming up for tomorrow night's fixture against Newcastle United. Arsenal versus Newcastle United at the Emirates Stadium, 8 p.m. kickoff. Match preview, let's get it. So we're coming off the back of our shambolic performance the other night against Porto, which really showed our ass in the Champions League. You see, if we want to be taken seriously in Europe, especially, right? You can't be going away from home having 0 shots on target. Can't happen. It shouldn't happen. I mean, shouldn't happen. Well, it happened. So this game for me is a game where we bounce back, right? I've already got my prediction for this game, my score prediction, but we'll get to that. But the other night, unacceptable. I told you, man, about David Raya. Too short. I'm telling you. I said my concern about David Raya is he's only 6 foot. And shots that he got beat with the other night, that kind of shot, they're the shots he's going to concede. You go Google right now, David Raya compilation, right? Most of the saves he makes, he doesn't have to stretch that far. When he has to stretch for a save, that's when you'll know. I'm telling you, if you got a keeper 6 feet tall, right? Only 6 feet tall, right? You want to see the saves that he makes when he has to stretch, when he has to do the utmost to get that ball. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, we will get found out in terms of teams will know I could just bend it into the top corner and Raya might not save it. Trust me, they'll know this. Anyways, we've got a match preview coming up. I didn't bother watching the highlights of the Porto game. So what I saw, I only saw the one time. But I've seen other people's match reactions to it. And they're all saying the same thing about David Raya. Anyways, after starting the year with 5 consecutive league victories for the first time ever, Arsenal were well and truly brought back down to earth by a sickening 94th minute goal that condemned them to a European defeat in Porto on Wednesday. Now let me stop there. All right? Brought back down to earth. That's how this has been described. I mean, which means that what we were doing was abnormal, really. I don't know if the Dubai magic must have worn off, because we went Dubai, came back 5 games on the spin, smoked it. But this Dubai ball has worn off now. Maybe it was because we left England and that Dubai magic, maybe it stayed in England. Maybe we only got it when we're in England now. I don't know. But we'll see. As you can tell, I'm not happy about the other night, but, you know, there is a second leg to go, so it is what it is. Manager Mikel Arteta bemoaned his side's lack of threat going forward overall. as the Gunners failed to register a single shot on target. And no wonder that's the case after seeing his side rattle in 21 goals in their last 5 Premier League games of the calendar year, an all-time competition record, right? So we did all that. But the whole no shots on target.
Emotional damage.
You know what I mean? How can you go to Porto, have no shots on target at all?
It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
Anyways, still chasing their first league title in 2 decades. 2 decades now. Another slip up on Saturday as Newcastle United come to town simply isn't an option, with Arsenal trailing leaders Liverpool by 5 points, albeit having played a game less. And obviously, Luton played Liverpool the other night and gave Man City and Arsenal fans hope by going 1-0 up at Anfield, only to then bottle it 4-1, which I actually predicted that they'd lose 4-1, even when they went 1-0 up. So that's another small club I don't want in the Premier League now. They don't deserve to be in the Premier League, in my opinion. I mean, don't deserve it. But they'll play out their skin when they come here, though. Watch. You know what I mean? So with that, Liverpool in a cushy position, no matter what happens this weekend, because nobody can overtake Liverpool. And obviously Liverpool got cup final on Sunday, which I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually want Chelsea to win it simply because I just need it to derail Liverpool. You know what I mean? I just need Liverpool. I need something needs to happen where Liverpool are a bit off. And if losing the EFL Cup final does it, then I'll take Chelsea winning it. Because even though Chelsea are our rivals and they're another London club, and I don't want another London club to win anything. The only London club I want to win is us. But Chelsea aren't our immediate rivals. So I'm not too bothered if they get their hands on the EFL Cup. I'm not, in all fairness, compared to, say, if it was Spurs or someone. But, anything that can derail Liverpool, I'll take it at this moment in time. Unless it was Spurs in that cup final, then no. But, yeah. Having the Emirates Stadium faithful behind them should at least help that cause, as the Gunners have suffered just one league defeat in front of their own fans since May, 1-10, drawn 2. It's fair to say that the 2023-24 season hasn't quite been one that Newcastle fans were hoping for. Eliminated from the Champions League group stage, the Magpies sit 8th pre-round and a whopping 12 points adrift of top 4, while they've also had to contend with sporting director Dan Ashworth confirming his desire to leave and take the role at Manchester United this week. Now, I knew Newcastle wouldn't be anything special. I knew they wouldn't follow up what they did last season. You got to a cup final last season, you didn't win it. You choked. You know what I mean? Yeah, then you end up beating that team when you next meet round, and then you beat them in the competition, the same competition you lost to them in the final the previous season, this season, right? Or they to go out to Chelsea. Like, where did Newcastle go from here? Like, Newcastle aren't going to do anything. Like, what are Newcastle going to do right now? I told, man, Eddie Howe ain't the guy. If they want success, if they want to be up there, they need to get rid of him, because you can't have all this time. Giving him all this time, you're only going to see other clubs leapfrog you. That's just how it is. Eddie Howe's not the guy. They're better off bidding him and getting Mourinho if they want success now. Otherwise, keep him and be happy with Vibes, be the next Tottenham, Vibes FC and all that. A 5-match unbeaten run on the pitch does suggest things are starting to improve at least. 1-3, drawn 2. Though Eddie Howe's side needed to come from behind twice to draw with Bournemouth last week. A trip to North London could sour recent progression, however, as Newcastle are winless across their last 12 visits to the Emirates. Drawn 1, lost 11. Christ. Even failing to score in each of their last 8. Drawn 1, lost 7. Now, last season, when Newcastle came here at the beginning of last year, they played for a draw. You know what I mean? Park the Bus FC. If Newcastle are smart, right, they'll park the bus and hope to get us on a break. If they're stupid, they'll try and outplay us. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? So it's whichever ones that Newcastle, or should I say Eddie Howe, it's whichever he wants to get them going for. You know what I mean? So we know how we do it, head-to-heads and all that. We look at both teams' last 5 matches, and then we look at the last 5 matches between each other. So starting with Arsenal, we go down in reverse order. So we go from the last match and so on. So Arsenal lose 1-0 to Porto in the Champions League. Before that, we smoked Burnley 5-0 at Burnley. Before that, we smoked West Ham 6-0 at West Ham. Before that, we beat Liverpool 3-1 at the Emirates. Before that, we beat Nottingham Forest 2-1 at Forest. Now, Newcastle's last 5. So that's Arsenal winning 4 of the last 5 matches, losing 1. Newcastle have won 3 of the last 5 matches, drawing 2. And the previous game, they drew 2-2 at home to Bournemouth. Before that, they won 3-2 at Nottingham Forest. Before that, they drew 4-4 at Luton. At Newcastle at home. Drew 4-4 against Luton. Before that, they beat Aston Villa 3-1. And before that, they beat Fulham 2-0 at Fulham. So the last 5 matches between us both, last time we played them, we lost 1-0. 2 bit of controversy, but things like this happen. Before that, we beat them 2-0 at Newcastle. Before that, at the Emirates was the last time we played here against Newcastle. We drew 0-0. Before that, Newcastle beat us 2-0 at St James's Park. Before that, Arsenal beat them 2-0 at Emirates Stadium. So that's the last 5 matches. So that's Arsenal and Newcastle both equally beating each other twice and drawing 1 in the last 5. And the last 5, a team has kept a clean sheet. So obviously, last time out, we lost 1-0. Then before that, they lost 2-0, then 0-0. And then Newcastle won 2-0, then Arsenal won 2-0. So it's been clean sheets being kept. The last time both teams scored was 2018 at Newcastle when we won 2-1. That was the last time both teams scored in this fixture. And then before that, Newcastle beat us 2-1 at St James's Park, 2-1. So yeah, most of the time, I mean, there was a 4-1 when we won in 2014 at the Emirates, and then a 2-1 in 2015 when we won at St James's Park. And then there's a 7-3 in 2012. I remember that game. Walcott was on a madness. But a lot of the time, it's usually one team keeps a clean sheet. I mean, it was that 4-4 in 2011. Jesus Christ, that's something else. This is a tough game. They usually do well against us. I'm backing us to beat them, and I'm going to get into my score prediction in a second. Hey, hope you're good. Check your email, mate. I never gave any email on here. Yeah. Whatever. But yeah, Newcastle usually do well against us. I mean, it's one of them things, isn't it? But I'm backing us to beat them. I'm backing this being a bounce back. Now, it's not to really take Newcastle too lightly, but Everton have scored. Everton, Spurs. Who else? Everton, Spurs, Luton, and Liverpool have put 3+ goals past Newcastle this season. So I don't see why Arsenal can't put 3+ goals past Newcastle. Hence, my score prediction for this game is Arsenal 4, Newcastle 1. I'm giving them a goal, right? Simply because we're at home. And yeah, really. That's basically it, really. If, like I said, Newcastle are smart, they'll park the bus and they'll try and get us on a break. If they're stupid, they'll try and outplay us. So it's like, which are you going to choose? Now, we're on 55 points, third in the table. Man City play before us on Saturday, tomorrow. So it's all on. All eyes are going to be on us because we're playing at 8 o'clock. Liverpool have got cup final, so they're top no matter what. We know City are going to beat whoever it is that's in front of them. So all eyes is going to be on us to beat Newcastle on Saturday night. Newcastle are on 37 points, sat 8th in the table. So a win for them would take them to 40 points, which would take them above Brighton, unless Brighton are playing beforehand and Brighton might win their game, whoever they're playing beforehand. But I'm saying 4-1. And I don't see why not. Luton can score 4 past Newcastle. Everton can put 3 past Newcastle. Liverpool have put 4 past Newcastle. Tottenham put 4 past Newcastle. So I'm sorry. With the way we've been going in these past few games, you know what I mean? I'm saying 4-1. I'm saying 4-1, but we'll see. This team needs to bounce back. What happened in Paul? That happened, right? Now it's Premier League business. Let's take it out Newcastle. That's it. I said that at the end of the game. At the end of the Porto game, I said take out Newcastle. We take it out on them. And that's that. Keep this title race alive. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. I mean, it's going to be tough tomorrow. We might lose momentum in the league and the Champions League. I beg to differ. I think as long as we stay in the Champions League, it will do all right for us in the league because Porto happened the other night. We only have a few days to think about this next fixture, and we need someone to take it out on. Whereas if we'd have lost 1-0 at Burnley last week and we had no Champions League, we would have had all week to sit on that until this game tomorrow night. February and March have always been bad months for us. They have always been bad months. But Arsenal better get it right. Arteta better up his decision making. You know what I mean? He better up it because you can't afford to piss about now. Can't afford to piss about. You know what I mean? Because Newcastle, for me, when you look at the teams that have scored 3+ goals past them this season, they are there for the taking. They're there for the taking. You know what I mean? I'm not going to accept dropping points to these man. No way, Jose Enrique. Not accepting that. It's time to step up. No excuses. Exactly. I don't want none of that. None of that type of play from Arsenal as if March is coming round and we're going to start. No. We better get our act together. Liverpool in a cushy position. So they're chilling. Feet up. You know what I mean? They're going to watch Man City and Arsenal play their... Well, not watch, but literally. But Man City and Arsenal play their games. Because they play Luton in midweek. It's helped them not be a game behind. You know what I mean? So everybody else will be catching up when they play tomorrow. It's Chelsea and Tottenham will be the ones that will have to wait because they were meant to play tonight. But Chelsea being in that cup final, it's had to be moved. It's funny how Liverpool got to play their fixture during midweek before the cup final. It's funny that, isn't it? I don't know if the Premier League is trying to do Klopp favours because they know that he likes to cry a lot about fixtures and I don't want it to be on 12:30 kickoff. That's probably what it was. It was probably Klopp crying, right? He was probably crying about the fixture change. You know what I mean? Klopp probably was like, I don't have to play our fixture at 12:30, mate. So they'll probably let him have it during the week so that, when the cup final comes around, you'll be all right because you won't be a game behind. You'll be all evenly matched. And then you will play the week after and you're all back on the same schedule. Chelsea with I know Chelsea Tottenham, it's a rivalry, it's a derby, it's a and that fixture tends to be one that gets changed. But why was that fixture a Friday night to begin with? You know what I mean? Why was that fixture a Friday night to begin with? But anyways, it is what it is. We can't be thinking about other clubs right now. We have to only be thinking about us. And we have Newcastle in front of us. After Newcastle is when, because looking at these fixtures on paper, you think to yourself, 9 points out of the next 3. You think to yourself, beat Newcastle, which is our last game of this month, and then we've got Sheffield United away from home, which is another 8 o'clock kickoff, and then we've got Brentford at 5:30 on the 9th, and then it's Porto again in the Champions League. What I hate is these 8 o'clock kickoffs that we're getting, and we have to wait. Oh no, everybody's waiting for us. Everybody's done their bit. It's happened. I'm not trying to say this is the reason why we didn't win the league or anything like that. I'm not trying to say that. But these 8 o'clock kickoffs at times where, because these 8 o'clock kickoffs, they were rescheduled recently. It wasn't always like this because usually all the games would either be 12:30, 3 o'clock, 5:30, whatever, right? 8 o'clock games are not really pre-planned way in advance. You know what I mean? For example, if I scroll down, like Man United away on the 11th of May, it says 3 o'clock, but it's not going to be 3 o'clock. They know really that it's not going to be a 3 o'clock kickoff. If that's a Sunday, it's going to be 4:30. If it's going to be a Saturday, it's either 12:30 or 5:30. But here it says 3 o'clock. There's only a few games, like the Luton one, when we play Luton at Emirates, because that's like fairly soon in terms of it's going to be in April. That says 7:45. Arsenal Chelsea, depending on what Chelsea do in the FA Cup, 12:30. Man City Arsenal, 4:30. I just hate the fixtures where everybody else plays before us, then we're playing at 8 o'clock. Waiting, we're waiting all day to play. And then all eyes are on us. I don't like that. You know what I mean? I don't like it when it falls on us. You know what I mean? I just don't. Because let me just if I just quickly go on Premier League. No outstandings, fixtures. Right, so tomorrow there's no 12:30 kickoff. Then Bournemouth play City at 5:30. And then we play Newcastle on 8 o'clock the same night. You know what I mean? Had to be us at 8 o'clock, didn't it? Had to be us. I mean, I know Bournemouth is far for City fans to travel because Bournemouth is down bottom of the country. And London's far for Newcastle fans. But still, because you look at Super Sunday, we've got 2 dead games. Wolves, Sheffield United, West Ham, Brentford. West Ham, Brentford at 8 o'clock. Oh, no, that's Oh, so there's one Super Sunday, and that's Wolves Sheffield United. I'll say there's a cup final though. But you're telling me Bournemouth couldn't play Man City on Sunday? Because I know, because I can't say Arsenal because there's also a cup final that day, and Wembley and Emirates ain't that far, kind of thing. And then West Ham, well, West Ham at home. Well, it's the London derby, West Ham Brentford. So I suppose I can suppose let him off for that, planning around the cup final and all that. But yeah, man, it's just for the. I'm saying 4-1 anyway. I'm saying we'll beat Newcastle 4-1, and we better beat him. We better beat him. But yeah. Let me just quickly check what day the 4th of March is. Let me just quickly check. Monday. Playing Sheffield United on a Monday night. On a figgy Monday night. Manchester Derby's at 3:30 on the Sunday. Tell me we couldn't have played Sheffield United after the Manchester Derby or something. It had to be some goofy Monday night football. I know I'm complaining a little bit right now. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't know. Maybe because I've got this cold, I'm prone to be complaining about minor stuff. But the 9th is a Saturday, which we play Brentford at 5:30. In all fairness, on that weekend, we play before. Oh yeah, because Liverpool Man City play each other the next day, Super Sunday. I'm going to say we play before Liverpool Man City, but they're playing each other, and they play afterwards. After us. But yeah, I'm saying 4-1. So yeah, let me know what you guys think the score will be on tomorrow evening. Anyways, I am done with the match preview. So this year, boxing for I should have put a picture in here really. Boxing for you is the event, and my fundraiser, the charity I'm fundraising for, is British Heart Foundation. The link is in the description already. I've put it in there, so it'll be the first link that you see. So any donations would be great. Like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. The links are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I think I'll do a watch along for the Newcastle game tomorrow night, because I ain't doing anything tomorrow night. So yeah, I'll be back here tomorrow night. I'll set it up actually. I'll be back here tomorrow night for the watch along, live with YG, where hopefully we're pammed Newcastle 4-1. You know what I mean? Ideally, clean sheet and all that, but I'm just going by what I think right now. Anyways, I'll see you guys. I'll be with you tomorrow. All right. I'll see you then. I'll be here it's 8 o'clock kickoff. So 7:30, I'll set my StreamYard up to go live for the game tomorrow. So I'll see you there. And anybody else who wants to come through, I'm going to schedule it. So just share the link and all that stuff. And yeah, I'll be here. Anyways, see you in the next one. Peace.